Welcome back to another BoshNRoll video. Today I am playing Modern, and at the request of subscriber Aaron, I am revisiting Aaron's Red-Green Infect deck. So this is a deck that I played for Aaron about 7 months ago on the channel, back in January of 2021. And this is the classic Glistener Elf, Inkmoth Nexus, green pump spell shell, but instead of blue for cards like Blighted Agent, Distortion Strike, and counter spells, we have red to just punch even harder. The deck obviously can't play Blighted Agent, so we get Ichor Mirror and Necropede in the 2-drop slot, which is cool because built to smash, target attacking creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. If it's an artifact creature, it gains trample as well. So of our 4 infect threats between Ichor Mirror, Necropede, Glistener Elf, and Inkmoth Nexus, 3 of them are artifacts, so this is basically +3/+3 trample most of the time. We got Scale Up. That should be expected in a deck like this. This is one of the biggest pump spells. Assuming your creature starts as a 1/1, this is a +5/+3 pump spell for 1 green, which is a pretty insane rate. Vines of the Vastwood. This is a protection spell that's also a pump spell. Classic Infect technology. 4 Blossoming Defense, pump spell that's also a protection spell. Mutagenic Growth to go real fast, get it in there. Apostle's Blessing is the most flexible protection spell I think that we can get. It's 1 colorless mana, protection for whatever you need. And my favorite part of this whole deck is Gorklan Rampager. It has the Blood Rush mechanic from Gatecrash, which is you can pay the Blood Rush cost and discard it to give an attacking creature a bonus. And in this case, the attacking creature gets +4/+4 and trample. That's a big beefy buff. It has trample, and it can't be countered because Blood Rush is an activated ability. It is not a spell. So that's exciting. And the reason we necroed this deck, and Aaron's been working on it the whole time, but the reason it's back on the channel is Ignoble Hierarch was recently printed in Modern Horizons 2. The original list played Noble Hierarch because you do need the Exalted, you need the mana acceleration. This is an effect that you need in the deck. But the blue and white mana on Noble Hierarch is just flavor text. It's basically just a Llanowar Elves with Exalted. But now we have one that taps for red. So this Ignoble Hierarch can actually cast all our spells, activate all our abilities, and we get to play it for free in the slot that Noble Hierarch was previously occupying. It's not very often that a deck just gets a squeaky clean pure upgrade, and this is one of them. The sideboard has stuff you'd expect in a modern sideboard. You got Ancient Grudge to destroy artifacts, Dismember to remove creatures, Collector Oof to fight those artifact decks that are out there. Affinity is big again. You gotta fight the graveyard, protect your things, and Blood Moon for those amulet decks. That's something that the blue version doesn't get, by the way. Blood Moon's a hot one. And Assault Strobe for combo mirrors where we just need to win faster. And that's the deck. We're just trying to put 10 poison on our opponents. Let's try to do it early and often. In we go. On the play for round number 1, which is where you want to be with Infect. 0 landers is not where you want to be. Ignoble Hierarch will not save this one. Mulligan to a 1 lander that can't produce a threat. Alright, we're off to a good start. That's okay. Infect can still cheese on 5. Yikes. This is degenerating quickly. Hold on. There are 19 lands in this deck, and 15 of them make colorful mana, and for Ignoble Hierarchs, maybe there shouldn't be 2 mountains in this deck, I'm just noticing, because getting Ignoble Hierarch into play is pretty important. 2 basic mountains, that's like 6 lands that don't cast Ignoble Hierarch. Alright, that's on my radar. I'm gonna have to go to 4 here. Ew. Alright, keep. How many of these am I gonna send away? Definitely the Inkmoth Nexus. Probably the Ichor Mirror. Or I don't need 2 Glistener Elves. And I am going to need a pump spell. Maybe I have to draw to pump spells because I can present 3 threats and have nothing to pump with. Or I can present 2 threats and have a pump spell. I think I want to just present threats. Alright, here we go. Glistener Elf into play. Mulligan to 4. That's not very many cards. Let's see what we're playing against. Oh god, is it Burn? Is it a deck that just is full of lightning bolts? Oh, it's like Jund, which is even worse. Got it. Okay. We're definitely not winning this one. All right, I can chill with that though. Like I kept a hand full of threats because I figured removal would be coming my way. So it's time to beat down here. Let's get to work. Ragavan. All right, can't block. When Ichor Mirror gets blocked, it gets +2/+2. So I'm going in. Nice Thoughtseize, got him, Multifor. Alright, we just recouped one of the cards on that Multifor. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to bet that my things are not gonna be super useful to the Ragavan player. And if they steal a creature at any point, that's kinda unfortunate. But their pump spells and stuff, they won't show up until after combat. So I'm gonna ride with this. Here comes the Rag, Moment of Truth. Rag triggers and gets Built to Smash. Yeah, there's a pump spell that's not helpful post-combat. Would have been nice to have that one myself, though. Built to Smash is awesome, especially with Ichor Mirror, because it gets the +2/+2 when it gets blocked, and then you just ram Trample in. Scourge of the Skyclaves. Alright, that's a big one. Alright, so I need to, like, run or runner pump spells on Inkmoth Nexus to have a chance in this game, and yeah. We're dead. Okay. The Multifor against the Mardu deck. Mardu is a wedge of colors known for its robust removal packages. So, alright. The Multifor was our undoing there, and that's not a surprise. So let's see what else we got going on here. The protection spells are going to be pretty important. I'm not sure if I can cheese a win with Blood Moon, or if I should just be focusing on winning the game. Maybe on the play, I should focus on protecting my creatures and getting the game over. Saltstrobe is a sorcery, unfortunately. I mean, that is the right type of card for that thing to be, but it's still unfortunate for me, personally. I think I can just exchange non-protective pump spells, because they are Mardu, which could have Path to Exile and Fatal Push on top of the Lightning Bolts. So size-based removal, like Lightning Bolt, I shouldn't rely on being able to beat that. Also, Mutagenic Growth, awkwardly, +2/+2, turns a 1/1 into something that still dies to Lightning Bolt. So, that one is not ideal. Spellskite's pretty great here. Scale Up is good. Blossoming Defense is good. Yeah, I think the Mutagenic Growths are just the worst cards here by a lot. I could bring in a 4th Apostle's Blessing in that spot, or I could bring in a Dismember to try to push through early creatures. Yeah, I think Dismember is probably better than the, Apostle's Blessing 3, Spellskite 6, Blossoming Defense 10, Vines of Vastwood 14, Veil of Summer 15. Yeah, I think the first removal spell is better than the 16th protection spell. At some point, you get some diminishing returns. And I mean, Spellskite absorbs any number of lightning bolts, which is pretty great. Also blocks attackers. Scale Up's important, especially on the play. Alright, I think I'm going to leave that other Dismember in the sideboard while I'm on play. I'll reconsider it when I'm on the draw for game 3. Okay, so I have 2 lands, 1 Infect threat. I can keep this. And I want to get my Infect threat into play early and often. If I don't draw something else to do with my mana, Shocking and Stomping Ground and getting in for 1 is a reasonable thing. But if they leave up mana, I'm probably not going to do that. Alright, Ragavan is in play. Let's start creating poison damage. Alright, that's actually a great draw. So I'm going to fetch a basic forest here. Get in for my 1 poison. Hope that they don't play Gut Shot. Or Solitude. Wow, Solitude didn't exist when I played this deck the first time. That's a rough one to get through. Just a free Swords to Plowshares in the format. Instant speed. That's not something I had to play around last time I played Infect. We got a Godless Shrine onto the opponent. Here comes Rag. How'd you do? Ignoble Hierarch. That's like one of the best things they could get. Yeah, that makes Ragavan attack as a 3/2. Also replaces the treasure, and red and black are colors that are actually in their deck. Ugh. What happened to the pump spells? Come on. Okay, so if I shock in Stomping Ground, this Scourge becomes enormous, but I do have a line to win this game faster than that, so 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, it could be done. So if I animate Inkmoth Nexus, I get 6 poison in right now, and right now while they're tapped out, assuming that means anything at all, here we go, they go to 7 poison. If I draw a land, I'll be able to put 4 poison in the air with protection. If I don't draw a land, I have to do it unprotected. This is risky business, but it's what I signed up for. Here comes the 7 damage. I go to 8. Ragavan gets Dismember. Okay. Glad this is a creature land and not just a regular creature right now. Well, they could like dismember their Scourge of the Skyclaves to make an even bigger Death Shadow if they want to. But I don't think that play is necessary. I'm already dead on board. Wow, they disagreed. Okay. Didn't even tap the Ignoble Hierarch to cast that spell. Alright, deck, please. A land, a land, a land. Alright, we got there. Okay, so shock this in. That treasure token is pretty scary. But I can reduce lethal here. So I'm going to start with the... I guess it doesn't matter which one I start with. I can only cast one backup spell anyway. Alright, yeah, I will... Let's see, so I'm trying to figure out if this matters, how I do this. I don't think it does. Maybe if I had 3 mana, I would have decisions to make. But I don't. I only have the 2. Alright, they just had nothing. Poison! Alright, so Scourge of the Skyclaves is the biggest thing on the entire planet. And so is Death Shadow. And do I care that much about Ragavan? So Dismember doesn't kill 2 of their 3 threats that I've seen, and one of them is kind of negligible. So maybe I just don't want Dismember in the deck. If I cut Dismember, do I want the 16th removal spell or the free pump spell? I think diversifying the things I can do is pretty important. So Mutagenic Growth could get there. I still don't like how it lines up against Lightning Bolt, but I do like how it lines up against having not enough mana to work with, just ramming a bunch of these on. So if that's the case, if I'm planning to be kind of playing from behind anyway, is Spellskite something I want? Probably. Spellskite's still great. Do I want to cut like another Apostle's Blessing? So Apostle's Blessing can get a ground creature through a wall of giant black monsters. So I do want to keep that one. Veil of Summer actually does not address Path to Exile or Lightning Bolt. It does get discard spells, which none of my other cards do, but I think that I'm off Veil of Summer. Wish I thought about that more before game 2. Turned out it didn't matter, but still good to know. And Assault Strobe, that still assumes that they're not going to have an answer, or they like tap out for a turn, a development turn, and I don't want to make any assumptions about that. And if Assault Strobe's in the deck, I want all the Mutagenic Growths, because that's the sort of play, it's like they tap out on turn 2 thinking they're safe, and I'm just like, growth, Assault Strobe, you're dead on 2 mana. So maybe, yeah, probably not against the Mardu deck. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Alright, multiple threats, multiple protection spells, mana to play them. Yeah, this is a keep. It's a little slow, but I think that's okay. We got a Blood Crypt. Alright, cool. I'm pretty well insulated from discard spells. Like, they can either take Necropede and try to beat Inkmoth Nexus, or they can start working through these 3 protection spells. And I think they're going to take Necropede here, would be my guess. Oh wow, they're just working through the protection spells. They think they can beat 3 of these over time. I mean, they're the expert. Go ahead. Oh wow, maybe they can. Just have trips, thought seizes. But now I have 10. Like, for 3 mana, this is 10 plus, like, plus 10 power. So that's something that might be worth respecting. Maybe not. I don't know. Pretty sure I want to get in for 1 here. Like, Necropede. So how does this pace out? Like, if I get in for 1, next turn I get in for 6 with protection. And the following turn, I think, yeah, actually investing in Necropede seems fine. Because they missed their land drop. If they had played a land there where they could just cleanly answer this and then also develop other things, but now they have to either answer this or hold up removal coming into my turn. Okay, they did have triple Thoughtseize. Pretty good. Ooh, nice. That was a great draw. Right. Shock and Stomping Ground, play Ignoble Hierarch. And I'm going to attack for 2 poison with Necropede and leave up Vines. Because with Exalted, attacking with Necropede's the same as attacking with Inkmoth Nexus as well, but I get to leave up 2 mana this way instead. Yeah, this game has been kind of weird. They've cast 3 Thoughtseizes off 1 land, and that's all they've done. Is this an option? You may put a -1 counter on target creature. Okay. I am not going to do that. No thank you. And I am going to let that die. There's no reason to Vines right now, when I could actually pump spell with it in the future. Alright, deck, I have enough of those now. So I can get in for 2. I could make it 6, but that's still not lethal. It's lethal next turn. Yeah, unfortunate draw there. Alright, I'm going to play the Mountain, leaving some mystery in my hand, because they already know about... Oh wow, they're just conceding. Wow! Nickel and dime poison gets it done. That was extremely honest of them. They had several turns where I was not just going to jam Vines of Vastwood into Lightning Bolt or Fatal Push. But, I mean, assuming I'm just going to go for it, I guess, their hand didn't have any answers. GG's. Undefeated. Let's go. I'm on the play in round number 2 against an Obosh deck. And Obosh could be a burn deck, or it could be a land destruction Ponza deck. Either way, this might be a rough road, but I'm going to keep this hand. It has 2 mana, Spellskite's big, multiple protection spells, multiple pump spells, and multiple threats. Like, that's basically what you want in the world. I guess depending on what they do turn 1 will inform whether I am going to... Alright, I'm not going to fire up an attack on turn 2, so I'm going to lead on the land that doesn't give away 100% of what I'm doing. So depending on what they do here, I can lead on Spellskite or not, or the Ichor Mirror. Alright, so having another Ichor Mirror, I actually think I just want to put Spellskite in here. This is a situation where not having blue in the deck is a huge beating, because activating Spellskite costs a Phyrexian blue. So, like, if I'm redirecting Lightning Bolts onto Spellskite, I'm basically saving 1 life instead of 3 if I had blue mana to actually just activate it. Alright, I am going to continue developing here. If they just, like, put Blood Moon into play next turn, that sucks, but I can still cast Built to Smash because I'm a red deck. I'm really suspicious of this start, though. They're just like, no play, no play. What hand do you keep in Modern that has no plays until turn 3? Yep, that is the one that I thought that they might have. Alright, so fetching basic does matter for this matchup. Luckily my deck is built upon artifacts and red cards. I'm not going to smash yet. I want them to commit a blocker. I can get the buff off of the block and then smash. Yeah, if I had just fetched... I guess if I had fetched Basic Forest here, then I wouldn't be able to cast Built to Smash, and should have guessed they were a Blood Moon deck, though. That's a reasonable presumption against Obosh. Well, no counters, Blast Zone. Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, that's what we're saving Built to Smash for. Though we might not even need to smash, because every time these get blocked, they get bigger, so it's really hard to get chump trades off of them. Alright, so close to being a Basic Forest. Here come the guys, the lads. So a double block will actually kill one. Except I'm built to smash. Zap. Probably should have let the trigger resolve first, but maybe it doesn't matter. Like that might play around Lava Dart a little bit, but I don't know. Does that matter? Do I need to do that? It's unclear. So they can, if they have a land, they can get 2 more elementals this turn out of the graveyard with Seasoned Pyromancer. Fury. So anyway, I started blasting. This is bad. Oh. Change the target of spell or ability to Spellskite. They messed up. Fury Divide deals 4 any number of target creatures and or planeswalker. I'm pretty sure if they put 1 damage on Spellskite already, I wouldn't be able to move this around. I don't know. I don't actually know how this works. It's been a long time since I played with a Spellskite. Yes. Can I do this twice? I might just lose 2 life for no reason here. Or I might save both my creatures. We'll see. Alright. Did this work, or did I lose one of them anyway? Okay, that does work how I thought it did. Since Spellskite was already a target of the ability, the second time I activated it, I couldn't move it around again. But it could move the first one. If they just put 1 damage on Spellskite, 1 damage on each Ichor mirror, they would have got both the mirrors there. But not fetching Basic Forest to kick off this game is going to cost me everything. Yeah, if I just have like Scale Up available, we're done here. But Fury, that's a scary one. Another one. Alright, do they know how this works now? Or are they just going to put 4 damage on Mirror? Okay, they are putting 4 damage on Mirror, which does still remove Spellskite, but cost me 2 life to do it. Probably the right play. Still could have just killed the Mirror, though, if they put damage on 1 damage on Spellskite. But I'm going to die quickly to these double striking 3/3s. Or they could just leave back a wall of 6 points of first strike, which I can never get through. Alright, I'm going to concede this game. It's over. Technically we can keep playing, but maybe if I fetch the Basic Forest early on, there would have been more game to play here. But as is, nope. Alright, should I bring in Blood Moon against this deck? What do you think? Wah, 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 wah. The Spellskite looked pretty good. Dismember punching through blockers is going to be important. Mostly what I need to do here is get my basic land set up before I get locked out by Blood Moon. Which is embarrassing because that is a card that I play in my own deck, and I just lost to it. Ignoble Hierarch is really good against Blood Moon, but really bad against Fury. So there's kind of tension there. I think I need the Apostle's Blessings to be a thing. Mutagenic Growth can protect against Fury at free, which is pretty important. Maybe I just don't have room for this extra Spellskite. I need all my artifact creatures because I can cast them under Blood Moon. Vines of Vastwood. It's going to be hard to have double green against this deck, but I think that's okay. Rampager is a big deal. That can get a 1/1 through a Fury, or at least get a trade out of it. Oh, this is rough. Maybe the Spellskites are actually just worse than I think they are. On the play, I think I just need to get in with damage. Alright. Spellskite, sorry buddy. Take a break. Fury, though. That card also didn't exist. I mentioned Solitude last round, just in passing, how hard that card will be to beat, but Fury might be even worse. I have Ignoble Hierarch, but no mana to get it into play, so I'm going to mulligan this. Alright, here we go. This has Basic Forest and some other stuff. I'm going to keep it and send Mountain to the bottom. So get my Basic Forest set up and ready. I'm not going to fetch right away, though. I would like a chance to draw another Basic Forest. God, they have Spike Field Hazard also in their deck. This is going to be a rough road, team. Alright, Basic Forest, Stomping Ground, and I think I want to start with Necropede. No, Ichor Mirror. Yeah, that one hits harder. Ichor Mirror, let's go. This one's harder to block, though if they have Spike Field Hazard on top of the Furies in their deck, I'm already worried. Stomp, yep. stomped real good there. Okay, well, here's this. It at least gives me something, though. Maybe I should have let on Necropede, because now, yeah, this Ichor Claw Mirror can punch through Bone Crusher Giant a lot better than Necropede can. So I have 6, 7, 8. I have an attack for 8 this turn, if I want to take it. Lava Dart. Are you kidding me? That card is bullshit. Alright. Well, I'm going to give it Pro Red. They have a second Lava Dart. Oh my god. Lava Dart, Spikefield Hazard, and Fury in this deck. I don't think we could ever beat this in 1,000 years. My new plan is to hardcast Gorkland Rampager and just attack on life points. I guess if they keep missing land drops, there's a chance. But I do have to get this thing into play. Like, right now is my chance to actually win this game. But it's slowly chipping away. Yeah, now that they have their third land. Yuck. I guess it makes sense they're short on lands, because if they had other lands to play, they would have kept Spikefield Hazard as a spell. Alright. We're in business again. They still have Lava Darts going nuts, but at least that's not free to use. It's actually a pretty huge cost. I think I want to Vines this thing. Because Blossoming Defense is also a pump spell on my turn, and Vines, I'm never going to have double green under this Blood Moon. Ouch. Alright, Firebolt, stop. Yeah, this is just like training with weights on your legs. Alright, time to pivot. Attack your life points directly. Fury still just wipes this guy out. Heads up. Please don't have your 5th land in Fury. Alright, just Bone Crusher Giant, you got it. So I could scale up my Gorkland Rampager and get in. I could also attack. Yeah, I think I should just scale up. Let's go. +1, +2, +0. Oh shit. I forgot it was already an X4. Should have used the Blossoming Defense. That was literally just +2, +0. Oh, they didn't block though. Oh wow, that's lucky. They must have Fury in their hand, and they're just salivating at the idea of. Oh, they're also playing around Built to Smash. Okay, that makes sense. They gave me enough credit that I wouldn't just boneheadedly give my creature +2, +0 and let it trade off in combat. But they should not have given me that credit, it turns out. Yeah, Built to Smash is a good draw, because this creature already has Trample. It doesn't need the help. I got to imagine they have Fury in their hand, and they were just waiting for that 5th land drop to send me to the Shadow Realm. They're attacking because I did a lot of shocking earlier in the game. So my life total is in jeopardy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm dead on board. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna concede. I can't win by blocking, and I can't win by attacking. We're done. The double Lava Dart, Spikefield Hazard, Firebolt deck managed to beat the deck full of X1s. Good job. I'm on the play in round number 3, and this is the better hand. The best 7 I've seen yet. Spit that out eventually. Yes, this is the best 7 that I've gotten to see yet. I'm going to fetch Basic Forest to kick things off. I have a 2-turn scale-up line here. If they don't remove Glistener Elf right now, I can like scale up, protect with Blossoming Defense, then on the following turn scale up, protect with Blossoming Defense. Ignoble Hierarch. Alright, let's see if they want to block. And they'll probably block if I scale up, and they won't block if I don't. Oh, that's a good one. I wonder if this is the mirror match. That would make me so happy. Base power 6/4. It does not get trample. So I'm just going to take my 2 points here, develop my board. So let's go in. Just realized there's no Pendelhaven in this deck, and it's probably a pretty free inclusion. That might be something I add later at the end of the video. Oh, is this the green-black Infect quote-unquote mirror? Aw. Inquisition is good. This is probably not an Infect mirror if they have discard spells. Though, maybe Black Infect does play this? I don't know. I still haven't revealed any red cards. So now we find out if they're scared of the fat stacks. If they have like... So luckily I'm in a spot where if they have Lightning Bolt, if they take Blossoming Defense, I have a second threat I can deploy. If they take the second threat, I can Blossoming Defense my existing one. So this isn't like a strip and remove easy clean win here. Or easy clean stabilization. So, but I am worried. These Jund style decks, much like round 1, the Mardu decks are just chock full of removal and 1-for-1s and hand disruption and board disruption, and Jund is very much in the same boat. Ren and 6. Oh my god. Oh no. Alright, well, the Fury Lava Dart stuff came and went. Ren and 6 is also here. I think I do not fetch. Alright, I can kill Ren and 6 now, which I'm gonna have to commit to doing. Right, I'm gonna use one of the scale ups because they've already seen them, and I hope they don't play around Built to Smash later. Wow, Ren and 6. This is a hostile format for X1 creatures, let me tell you. My goodness. Though having Ignoble Hierarch in my deck is probably already giving away some amount of information compared to just Noble Hierarch. That is this Liliana of the Veil also. My life is shit. Alright, well, my Hierarch's gone. See you later. Nice knowing you. They shocked in a Blood Crypt after all that. Did they also have a discard spell? My goodness. So this is probably going to take Ichor Claw Mirror, then I'm just sitting on a bunch of nothing that Liliana can slowly pick apart over the next several turns. Now they've seen red cards also, so they know what I'm up to, kinda. I'm going to get the Stomping Ground. Yes. Finding a threat here was the best thing I could do. Finding Inkmoth Nexus was the best threat, probably, because it plays around a lot of removal. But I'll take Ichor Claw Mirror. 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, this mirror is actually lethal. I guess if they plus Liliana, it's not anymore. I lose my Built to Smash. Or I lose one of my pump spells. I'm actually going to discard Scale Up and not Built to Smash because I think Trample is going to be really important. Or it doesn't matter, and I'm dead. I'll give myself 1 or 2 turns to draw a Inkmoth Nexus, I guess. But I'm now playing from Hellbent for the rest of the game. Like, if I draw a threat this turn, Liliana gets to rip the Scale Up. 2 Scale Ups. Yeah, we're dead. And Liliana's on 2, so they get to answer the next thing anyway. Yeah, I'm out of here. Rough. Yeah, these sort of matchups are the ones that Infect struggles against. You really want to play against something a little slower, a little more linear, so you know what angle to fight on. But these decks that just have plays like Lightning Bolt, Inquisition of Kozilek, Liliana, Ren and 6, just Jesus. All right, Spellskite's coming in for sure. That's one of my ways to check a Ren and 6. Saw a lot of basics. I don't know if Blood Moon's really where I want to be. Discard spells are rough. Mutagenic Growth does counter a Ren and 6 activation, or at least let my creature stay alive for another few seconds, if that happens. Scale Up is good, but it's really bad in multiples. But it's really good to have the first one. But I think I'm going to respect the multiples. Veil of Summer, discard. I think the discard does matter enough in this matchup that I want Veil. And Liliana of the Veil also targets, so I can fizzle that -2. Yeah, that's something. And having every creature in the deck, or not quite Collector Roof, not quite every creature, but like every Spellskite and not cutting any other creatures is going to help insulate against Liliana. Maybe Mutagenic Growth is the next one to go. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Well, Built to Smash only gets attackers, which it's the best one when I'm attacking and the worst one when I'm not, which might seem kind of silly, but is actually a big deal. And I'm going to try it like this on the play, and I might readjust when I'm on the draw, if there's a game 3. Alright, I have a 1-lander. I'm actually going to keep this on the strength of Veil of Summer. This is definitely a hope my opponent lines up with what I'm doing hand. Like, if I keep this forest, they Inquisition me, I Veil of Summer the Inquisition. Gives me 2 draw steps to find a land. My opponent's on 5. Also, if I just draw a land, this hand is great. So I'm going to Forest go. See how they feel about a discard spell. Please cast a discard spell. That's not a discard spell. Alright, land. Nice, nice, nice. We're doing it. Okay, if they're going to Mountain go, I'm going to Spellskite. Lightning Bolt, sure. Resolves. That's a 0-4, you know that, right? We got a shame concession. They thought Spellskite was a 0-3. Lightning Bolt, pack it up. Nice. Alright, that's one way to get a W. I'm not too proud of that one. Okay, do I want to change the mutagenic growth versus built to smash? I think on the draw, facing down Wrenn and 6, like, they get a land, I get a land creature, they get a land, Wrenn and 6, kill my creature. I think mutagenic growth is the way I can check that, or I just have to settle in for a longer game overall. Either way, built to smash just literally doesn't do anything if I'm not sideways in the red zone, which might be hard to do against this deck. Is Apostle's Blessing better than Vines of Vastwood? I think it might be, because I can cast it off of Inkmoth Nexus. Like that hand I just had, it had Forest, Inkmoth, and Glistener Elf, and I had a bunch of green protection spells that I couldn't cast off the Inkmoth. So I think that I want max Apostle's Blessing here. Okay, this is my plan. Let's try it. No lands here. Definitely think this deck needs another land and probably one extra basic forest over the basic mountain. Okay, 2 lands and a Spellskite and a threat. This is a keep every day. Opponent's also on 6. I'm going to keep, and so I have 2 protection spells plus Spellskite. I think Vines of Vastwood is the worst card here, which is weird to say because it's one of the best cards in the deck historically. But it's just the most redundant of Spellskite and Blossoming Defense. Everything else does something unique. Sure, this game they lead on a discard spell. Are they going to take my Spellskite? It's got to be either Spellskite or Ignoble Hierarch. I think those are the takes that make sense. Yeah, Spellskite, you got it. Ooh, another one. Well, they can't play Wrenn and 6 off of this basic swamp, so I have at least 1 turn to operate. They have a Tarmogoyf for me. So Tarmogoyf is pretty big. It did just take an artifact creature with the Thoughtseize, which jumps Tarmogoyf up pretty quickly. But I do get to deploy an Infect threat, a backup Hierarch, and I have Blossoming Defense on lock here. So I have pretty good pacing here. I'm extremely well insulated against the Liana of the Veil. Wrenn and 6 is a beating, but it always will be. And I'll have to decide if I want to use my Blossoming Defense to save my creature or do something else with it. Or save it for my Inkmoth. They have green-black floating. Collective Brutality, -2 and discard mode. Okay, so I think I just have to let this resolve. So the options here are, this does have 2 instances of target, so if I Blossoming Defense my Hierarch, I don't get to fizzle the spell. So I think I should float green, let this die, and just let this happen. Like, I think having Scale Up or Blossoming Defense in my hand will be more valuable than having Ignoble Hierarch in play. Like, mana is not what I'm stuck on right now. And if I cast Blossoming Defense to save the Ignoble Hierarch, they just get to take Scale Up, and then my whole plan is 2 Ignoble Hierarchs and an Inkmoth. Alright, they have 1 card left in hand. If it's a removal spell, that sucks. Alright, they shocked in. They got a plan for this one. Thoughtseize, okay. Alright, well, now I wish I saved my Ignoble Hierarch, but hindsight's 20/20, as they say. They are empty and on a 5-turn clock. Or, yeah, they're empty and on a 5-turn clock. I'm empty and on a 3-turn clock. And we both have some pretty haymaker banger top decks. That is one of mine. So I'll play my Stomping Ground tapped. And I'm going to fire up Inkmoth Nexus. And attack for 2. So the Apostle's Blessing does give me some play against a removal spell. I gotta find a pump spell before I'm dead. Like, that's what we're playing to here. That's the whole game right now. Oh, good. Just the best possible top deck. Alright, spending this is gonna be worth it. Let me give pro green, I guess. It doesn't matter between green or red. If I had an extra mana, giving this pro green would absorb 5 damage from Tarmogoyf too. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. I guess that would have been a reason to leave Ignoble Hierarch untapped. Like, if I want to block and absorb 5 with that card, it's something I could have done. But now I'm going to have to take a turn off attacking Wrenn and 6, which leaves me dead on board to Lightning Bolt. Alright. Inkmoth Nexus, fire up. So what kind of game can I win here? Actually, if I attack... Or I should have activated Ignoble Hierarch, but alright, so... If I attack my opponent, they'll be at 4 poison, and Scale Up is lethal. I boarded one of those out, right? Yeah, so I have 3 draws to win the game. If I don't kill Wrenn and 6, alright, I think I have to kill Wrenn and 6. Like, if I knew my top card 100% somehow was Scale Up, I would attack my opponent, but there's no way to know that. Also, by not attacking Wrenn and 6, I lose the ability to chump block. Well, now I can't do that anyway. Alright, I'm going to 2 here from the Tarmogoyf attack, fetch to 1, and then I'm gonna have to tread water. Ugh. Yeah, this is rough. Yeah, one of those perfect hindsight situations of if I had Blossoming Defensed my my other creature, the Ignoble Hierarch, and played around the Thoughtseize, but I decided to play around Lightning Bolt, but they had Thoughtseize, not Lightning Bolt, and the whole game came down as a result of that. So, alright, yep, I'm dead. I can chump Tarmogoyf for a turn, lose the Blossoming Defense to Liliana, and lose the game on the following turn. No way through that one. This is a hostile metagame for Infect. Playing against the Lava Darts and Furies last round, and then we got Wrenn and 6 here. Ugh. It's a tough time to be in X1 deck. On the play again, and I'm going to mulligan again. No threats in this hand, 1 land. Okay, this one's a banger. I'm going to keep this and send Mutagenic Growth to the bottom. I think Mutagenic Growth is the worst card in this hand by a lot. Opponent also on 6 cards. I'm going to get my basic forest to kick things off. And Ignoble Hierarch. Feels good to start on that card. I love a Noble Hierarch, whether it is Ig or regular Noble. Turn 1 Urza Saga. So are they going to ramp their mana somehow? Or what's the plan over there? Right, so I'm going to Stomping Ground, Ichor Claw Mirror, second Ignoble Hierarch. This is a green card. Tap this correctly. Alright, Ignoble Hierarch. Yeah, turn 1 Urza Saga is kind of weird. This must be Amulet. Like, that's the deck that cares about the tutor more than anything else. Hey, I was right. It's Amulet. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Luckily, they're dead. Alright. I don't know what they could do to stop this with a green mana. I don't think they play Dismember. Even if they do, I have the Blossoming Defense. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Here we go. Got a turn 3 Goldfish against Amulet. And bango. 11 poison, turn 3. Finally doing true Infect things. Okay. So we're playing against Amulet. The Blood Moons are coming in. Let's check out this sideboard. So the Blood Moons obviously come in. I think this is an Assault Strobe matchup. Just trying to get the game over with very quickly. and they're not going to have a lot of interaction, I don't think. Like, I don't think Spellskite is the way to go. Apostle's Blessing can punch through some random blocker, like if they have like a Sakura Tribe Scout or something in play. Apostle's Blessing can also name artifacts, which is nice. Most of these effects throughout Magic's history, you gain protection from a color, but because this is from an artifact block in Scars of Mirrodin block, it also includes artifact, which is pretty nice. I think Mutagenic Growth, though Mutagenic Growth is combos with Assault Strobe. Just 2 growths and a Strobe is lethal. So maybe I will keep that one around. What is not so good? Gotta make 2 cuts here. Maybe it's Vines. Like, I don't think the game's gonna go long enough to kick this thing. Gorkland Rampager. Yeah, I like the trample on Rampager a lot. I like getting through construct blockers on Apostle's Blessing a lot. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go fast. And I don't think that bringing in Ancient Grudge to try to slow down Amulet is the way we're actually gonna win this game. I think we're gonna have to just win. And Dismember does not remove Primeval Titan. It does remove Dryad of the Elysian Grove, but again, I don't think that's how we're gonna win. Turn 2 Blood Moon off of Ignoble Hierarch is something I'm not gonna complain about though. Ooh. That's the thing I just said. I'm gonna keep. Keep. So they have an amulet. Hope I don't die on turn 2. Hierarch. Let's see if this is good. Alright, they had Handwear Battlements. They could still explore and do more things. Oh, a second amulet. Okay. And Abundant Harvest. Alright. They have Summoner's Pact in their hand. Good thing I have Blood Moon. So I'm actually going to fetch my 3rd basic forest. The deck has 3 of them. Because Ignoble Hierarch is ignoble and not regular noble, I get to cast Blood Moon off of it. And get to play on basics. Boom. The moon hit your eye like a big pizza pie. Let's hope you're dead. I actually have them dead in 2 turns with Necropede, Vines, and Assault Strobe. That is 10. I just need this Blood Moon to hold up that long. Simic Growth Chamber Mountain. Arboreal Grazer Mountain. Alright, Castle Vantress Mountain. And Pass the Turn Mountain. Nice. Mutagenic Growth, that's a good one, of course. Necropede. I don't have any Trample right now. I actually think I want to attack with Ignoble Hierarch. Because if they block, I can Mutagenic Growth and clear the Grazer, and then I'm representing lethal next turn. What hubris they have. Alright, clear that blocker. Now lethal's on board again. Hope they can't Primeval Titan this turn. We know they have access to Primeval Titan in Summoner's Pact, but just gotta hope they don't have the 2nd green source to do it. Ooh. Alright, they're probably getting Dryad here. Yep, okay. So they're pacting for Dryad. That turns on all their colors, but I can kill Dryad. It sucks they had the 2nd forest. If they didn't have the forest, they were dead here. Alright, so Inkmoth Nexus doesn't actually help. I guess I have to put the lethal on the board, which sucks because it commits my Assault Strobe. But I do need to clear this Dryad, because that's all their colored sources right now. Oh, wait. I guess I don't need to do that. I can give this double strike first, make my attack, and then make additional decisions. Because if they just block, they lose their Dryad, which they might not want to do. And if they don't block, they take a million zillion. Right, use my instance at instant speed is smart. No block, you're dead. Zap. Yeah, they thought I was just trying to offer the trade with Dryad, which they didn't take. And Vines found the line right at the very end there. Almost messed that one up. Okay. Got a cheesy little win off Amulet. That was great. Next round. I'm on the draw in the final round, playing for the positive record, and I'm going to keep this hand. It has some redundant threats, and it can protect one of them. I don't really love the 4 lands, but we've been losing a lot of games because we don't have lands, or mulliganing a lot because we don't have lands, so I'm fine signing up for this version. I'm going to lead on the Elf, because I can Ignoble and attack for 2 with protection next turn, I just think that getting the infect damage on the board when we're behind on the draw like this with no pump spells is going to be important. This is where they go Thalia, and we lose. I'm not actually dead to Thalia. It's just a 2-1 first strike will slow me down a lot. Maybe I should be fetching with my available fetch lands before they get their Leonin Arbiter into play. Plains, pass the turn. My spidey sense is tingling. Ooh, that was a good draw. Was it though? Yeah, I mean, flying matters a lot. Okay, Inkmoth Nexus is in. Here's Ignoble Hierarch. Attack for 2 poison. And I do have the protection spell available off the colorless mana, which is a huge deal for this hand. Alright, 2 poisons just in there. They could, like, Arbiter, Ghost Quarter, hit Inkmoth Nexus right now. Should be kind of a beating. Alright, this gives protection from artifacts, not from colorless, so I can't protect my Inkmoth Nexus from Field of Ruin with this. But if I draw, like, one of the hexproof spells, I could. Alright, that is not what happened, naturally. So I'm just going to attack for 2 with my Glistener. And I'm going to play the second Glistener and hold up protection spell. I'm really good on lands though, deck. Like, we're good. You can stop giving them to me. I have plenty. Alright, so let's see what this Field of Ruin wants to do. Alright, nothing yet. Oh, the old turn 4 Serra Ascendant. Watch out for that one. I will fetch. I'm don't have a whole lot of fetchable lands left in the deck. I guess that's not true. I have zillions, but still. Time to draw some pump spells, maybe? Nope. No chance. Alright, Glistener Elf's gonna get in there. They can gain a life to stop 2 poison if they want. I can jam Necropede. Alright, the poison is slightly slowed. Do I need to play around like Day of Judgment or Wrath of God? Actually, yeah, there's no reason to add Necropede to the board, I don't think. I could overpower the Exalted trigger and just be attacking for 4 poison across 4 creatures, but exposing myself to a sweeper seems like a bad idea. Though would Wrath of God and Serra Ascendant be in the same main deck? End step, gain 1 life. Oh, yikes. So they get to recur Serra Ascendant every turn. That's bad. Gonna have to find a way through that. I don't care about the life gain so much, but the Serra Ascendant looping every turn. So this is Martyr proc, that's what we're playing against. It's a good deck not to care about your life total with, but it is still rough that they have this loop going. Come on, pump spell for Inkmoth Nexus. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 damage in the air. I'll keep making land drops. This doesn't have flying until they have 30 life. And they tapped their other thing. So I am going in with the 2 flying. If they have a Path to Exile, I'm happy to hit them for some extra poison here. Do I want to Necropede? Because I'm going to have to push around. Yeah, now the information has changed enough that I'm going to cast Necropede. And if they have Wrath of God, it's just going to get me. But if they Wrath, they would need 1, 2, activate. So I guess if they have land Wrath, they can... Okay, Ghost Quarter will do a lot of the hard work here. At least they think it will. Okay, it looks like we're starting to get turtled up. But I do have... Oh, Jesus. Call me a false hope? Are you kidding? I can't beat that. Alright. We had a lethal line, but then it's gone. I don't think I have a single out to this Abiding Grace Kami combo. Do I? Let me check the deck. Yeah, I can't remove an enchantment game 1, and I can't win a game where combat damage isn't being dealt. Yep, this is a hard lock against my deck, which is a shame because we did have lethal this turn. Alright, oh well. Not winning that one. Onto the sideboard. That sucked. Wow. Alright, what can I even do about that? I guess Relic of Progenitus can control the looping out of the graveyard, and Dismember could kill the Kami in their end step and then give me an attack on my turn. I guess that's what I have to do. I don't think Spellsight's going to be super important to this matchup. I think my vines and protection spells are what I need. Built to Smash is going to be great because they have an endless stream of chump blockers. I think Vines has been established as one of the worst cards. Actually, Mutagenic Growth is worse than Vines, probably. I'm going to leave a mix of all of them. This is what I'm doing. That was brutal. I mean, one pump spell any earlier, and they're dead before they get the hooks in, but I kept a hand that was not able to produce that fast of a clock. Alright, keeping. I'm going to lead on Ignoble Hierarch this time. This basic mountain is a huge punish. If this was forest, this hand is a lot better. So that's definitely something I'm going to change about the mana base. I'm going to turn one of the mountains into a forest, and then I'm also going to add a Pendelhaven somewhere. Right. Glistener. Holding up Blossom Defense. You're up. I don't even care about Path to Exile here. So, but they didn't have it. Field of Ruin. I think I'm gonna fetch Stomping Ground here. Like, they're not gonna have Blood Moon. They're a mono white deck. And leaving basics in my deck for Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarter is something. So I'm gonna attack with both because it's 2 damage either way. No difference here. And I don't know what cards are in their deck, like if they can produce some sort of flash chump. I don't want them to be able to just chump 2 damage, I want them to at least take 1. Built to Smash does not grant trample right now. Gorkland Rampager is a pretty good draw. Scale Up is a good draw. Oh god, what is this? Foretold. I don't know what Foretell cards are in white. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what that is. Not a single solitary clue. Maybe I can just draw Scale Up and win though. Inkmoth Nexus. I think they have that one covered. Alright, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is still not lethal. But I can play the Inkmoth, which I have Blossoming Defense and Built to Smash, so I can protect it and give it trample if I need to. And they don't just have like infinite mana over there to activate all of their stuff with. Oh, this is probably Doomscar. That's what this is. So I'm going to need Inkmoth Nexus to hard carry. They have Emeria, the Sky Ruin, which is a powerful card when you have 0 planes in play. If they activate Ghost Quarter, they can't Field of Ruin and vice versa. I'm going to fetch Shock another Stomping Ground in. I think that thinning my deck is actually valuable enough at this point. Right, Inkmoth Nexus, wake up. What's the play? Field of Ruin. In response, wake up again. And then Blossoming Defense. And now I think they're dead. Okay. That cannot be destroyed that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that is how math works. Bang, bang, bang. No blocks. And I'm going to Build to Smash a different creature just in case they have Solitude. I want to spread this damage around. Solitude seems like a likely card to be in their deck. But they didn't have it this time. Okay. Went wide enough. Overpowered the Ghost Quarters. That was pretty sweet. We did just kill an opponent with Inkmoth Nexus, even though they had Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarter in play. So, powerful stuff. Maybe I want Blood Moon. They showed me 4 non-basic lands that game. Though, my non-basic land is more important than theirs, I think. So, alright, no. I do not want Blood Moon. I'm off it. Changed my mind. I'm allowed to do that. So, is this an Assault Strobe matchup? I don't think so. I think that I've already... Like, I just need to draw the pump spells I already have, for the most part. Yeah, I think this land still looks pretty good. This hand does not produce a threat by itself. Yeah, I'm going to mulligan this. This one's good. And I'm going to send, I think, one of the lands to the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to bottom the Wooded Foothills. I do want 3 lands. Like my turn 3 victory here is based on having multiple lands in play. Alright, there's that. Pass a turn. And I don't care about Martyr of Sands because I don't care about their life total. Which is lucky. The Kami of the False Hope is the one that I'm worried about. The Martyr gets in for 1. Lands would be great. Alright, not a land. But I can chuck this in, play Ichor Clawmere. Now I have 2 attackers. And Mutagenic Growth plus Built to Smash on this artifact creature is pretty hot. Though the only 1 colored source is not hot. When I bought him the land, like I knew this was possible. Let's hope they just fire off field right now. That would actually be a huge favor to me. Cool. Yeah, they learned their lesson last game, and now I get to color fix for it. So that was cool. I can't protect this mirror, which has me a little worried. Oh, leaving back Martyr to block is great. Okay, so I'm gonna attack. Oh, I should have scaled up. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna attack. Alright, they're not gonna block. That's fair. Alright, take 1 poison then. That smells like a Path to Exile to me. Like, I didn't want to scale up into Path to Exile, but if they went for the, like, block, gain some life, they would have lost if I scaled up. So I'm just going to play the Relic this turn. Yeah, a protection spell here lets me just jam in, but that is not what I have. And I don't think I pop this Relic, like, basically ever, because Kami is the card that I'm worried about. So exile that card because it's free, but I can pop this Relic. I guess I'll have to pop Relic if they remove my mirror, because I'll need another threat. But checking the Emeria and the Martyrs and stuff is worth a lot. Alright, the Martyr beatdown. They're playing very carefully around a protection spell that I don't have, which I appreciate. I'm just going to keep poisoning them. Alright, maybe I should be moving in on some of these scale ups. I don't know. But if I give them a forced play around Path to Exile, then that's pretty bad if they actually have it and I force them to use it when I didn't have to. They're drawing a card with Raven Inspector right away. There's a lot of good white 1-drops. This deck is sweet. Alright, is it time to pop? I think so. I changed my mind. Like, the way that they're just farting around over there, I want to draw cards, I want to get a protection spell and win this game. Ugh. Maybe, someday. So I'm gonna attack again. Still no blocks. Yeah, still take 1. If they want to play this cat and mouse, so will I. Ghostly Prison, that's a powerful card. Right, so now they're ready to smash. I really just need a protection spell to start crushing, and have not found one yet. I play so many, please give me one. Okay, a backup creature serves a similar role. Alright, so I'm going to scale this up, and then I will pay for the right to attack. Unless they just kill it in response, because that would be cool. But they should definitely wait till I attack, so at least get the Ghostly Prison tax in. Alright, so I'm not going to commit another pump spell to this. So I could just, I guess I have to. Alright, make them have it. Might as well make this attack lethal. Okay, they did have it. We were playing around it forever. No surprise there. So I can Necropede next turn. My opponent said oof in the chat, like I wasn't playing around a removal spell. Like, I'm gonna make you have it. So I am on a 3-turn clock. Necropede is representing lethal. Had to get through that removal spell eventually. Another Martyr. 1 card. Okay, Mono Martyrs. So they are actually currently losing this game. Alright, creature, let's go. So if I block with Necropede, I can take out 2 Martyrs. Okay, so they are quartering their own flagstones. They end up getting 2 planes off of that. That's a cool trick. Ooh, Misveil planes as well. Alright, 1 card in their hand to roll them all. They need like 7 to do this, I think. You have 7 or more planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They currently have 5, so not even close. So I'm going to block 1 Martyr and Necropede minus on another. That will at least take lethal off the board. Yes, get rid of that. Hope they didn't top deck Path to Exile. Ranger Cap. Oh no. That can get the Kami. Yeah, I just needed to dodge 1 top deck here and couldn't do it. Damn. Alright, well, time for a different plan. I guess I still attack with Ichor Claw Mirror. Make them do something. So, if I attack with Ichor Claw, they lose their Kami. I guess this isn't even representing lethal, so I don't have to do that. Oh, wait. Forgot about Ghostly Prison. Don't get to attack. And play this big fella. I'm not sure how I win this game anymore. I can't even cast Dismember if I draw it. This top deck just needed to fade 1 draw and was unable to do it. Let's see if they keep bashing. Alright, they didn't keep bashing. Alright, I'm not going to fetch because drawing Dismember is actually an out here. Built to smash. Alright, Rampage again. Play another one of these. We're just on plan B now, which involves 4/4 creatures. So I'm gonna have to force the pop on Kami somehow and then win the game before they can Kami every turn. They're 1 planes away from Emeria being active. Right, attacking is gonna have to become part of my plan soon. Listener Elf. Alright, scale up. And then attack with Ichor Claw. So I can pay 2 to have this attack. Yes. I can give it Trample, that forces the Kami to pop, and then I'm still behind, but at least I have another built to smash, still have my poison threat. Or they could settle the wreckage and keep their Kami. That's pretty good also. Now my Infect threat doesn't have Trample anymore. Unfortunate. Really unfortunate stuff here. This was very close, and now if they just draw a planes ever, we lose. Oh god, that's pretty good too. We are dead very quickly to their flying attackers now, and can't win on the ground through Kami. Yep, Hawk. And if a Hawk ever dies, they can Misveil Planes it to the bottom of the deck and then tutor it up with the next Hawk. So this is just bottomless Hawks right now. And if they ever need an emergency oh shit button, they can just make me not cast any spells for a turn. Blossoming Defense doesn't help. Yeah, we're dead. They attack with Hawks, and then they Kami, then they attack with Hawks again, and there's no way through this. I can't give Trample. They can gain life. Or maybe they can't gain life off their Martyrs, but yeah, we're dead. Or yeah, they can gain life off Martyrs, but yeah, we're not getting through this game. The Kami, we maneuvered the game to one spot where they were hellbent and dead on board, and they drew an out. They had a lot of them, like I'm not tilting off, I'm just saying that they drew an out when they needed to, when I had it all packed up. Okay, so Red-Green Infect. Still felt like Infect felt pretty good. We had some cheesy games, we had some grindy games. As far as just being, I'll start with being Infect in general, then I'll go to being Red-Green Infect. So being Infect in general, Lava Dart is a heavily played card in this format. Renin 6 is in all of the control and Jund decks of this format. The default like tempo aggro deck right now is Blue-Red Delver, which has Unholy Heat, Lightning Bolt, all creatures 1-drops to block with, big creatures later. So just being an Infect deck or any deck that's trying to win with X1 creatures right now is a dangerous proposition. Also, another thing that quietly happened with Modern Horizons 2 is that Phyrexian became a creature type. So where in the past your opponent, if they had Plague Engineer, would have to name like Insect or Mirror or Elf, now they can name Phyrexian, and Plague Engineer hits every single Infect threat. even Blinkmoth Nexus is a Phyrexian Blinkmoth. So Plague Engineer is now just a hard lock until you can remove it. And this deck only has 2 dismembers to remove a creature with. So there's just being an infect deck in general in Modern right now is a big ask. And please be careful if you're out there with the Furies and the Wrens and the Lava Darts and the Plague Engineers. Like, watch out for that. Now, being specifically red infect over blue infect, I think that the Goreclane Rampager is a super cool card, and we cast it as a 4/4 more than once this league, and it was actually kind of good as a 4/4. I don't think we ended up winning any of the games where it was a 4/4, but just having a creature like this in the deck did buy me a bunch of turns against Martyr and gave me a backup plan against whatever other match that happened in. I forget it at the moment. But this is a cool card, and it's a reason to be red. However, the slow grind of unblockable Blighted Agent with Exalted, like Blighted Agent with Exalted is just like a 5-turn clock from any life total. And a lot of games do end up where you're like dancing around the vines and the blossoming defenses and stuff while they take 2 per turn, and you never really commit to a pump spell because you don't have to. But the fact that chump blockers can blank all of the creatures in this deck except for Inkmoth Nexus, like just all of these are just ground creatures, and your opponent can just put any random 1/1 in front of them, and that slows down a turn where they need to cast a removal spell into your protection spell. But Blighted Agent is just a totally different play pattern for those control-y, grindy games than this deck is capable of. So I think Blighted Agent is a pretty huge loss, even though Goreclan Rampager is a pretty big gain. So that's tough. Also losing counter spells in exchange for like Assault Strobe. Like, instead of being able to counter the combo deck, we're just trying to go faster to kill them first, which is a cool plan. I like it. I think that being infect in general right now is a mistake. And I also am... I think it's close, but I think that the blue version is probably better than the red version, which I wasn't totally sold on the first time I played this deck. I remember being just like super impressed with the red version and like, wow, this is basically felt like the blue version. Like, what's the difference? We just have some red cards now. And like Blood Moon, we won a game over Blood Moon that we probably would have lost if we were a blue version. So we have that going. That is a big point for red. So unless you're filling out the sideboard with powerful red cards, like things that are just truly red, like Blood Moon, that blue doesn't do at all, I think we need to explore the red space a little more. And I want to fix up this mana base. But those are my thoughts. Don't love Infect in general right now. And the red-green version, I think you're going to want Blighted Agent in this metagame. But this is a perfectly defensible deck to play. It has a coherent plan. It still has all the Infect cheese factor. It just is a little worse at grinding than the blue version is. In exchange, you get Blood Moon. So I'm going to fix up this mana base, but the link in the video description is going to be my updated list with all I'm going to do is fiddle with the mana a little bit. I'm going to leave everything else where it is. And that's the deck. Thank you for sharing it, Aaron. Thank everyone else for watching it. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel while you're here, and leave all your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.